This was just exhausting. I can't imagine how the players felt. It was exhausting to watch this one. Steelers get the 23-20 win late in overtime. Let's have a listen to Mike Tomlin, coach of the Steelers, on the challenges of playing the defending AFC champions.
Man, you playing Joe Burrow and company, you better get the ball some. They're not punting a lot. That's just a function of how some of these high-powered offenses and top-notch quarterbacks are.
That is absolutely correct, and caught me in mid-drink there. Almost. No product placement today. We had a little Red Bull product placement last week. No product placement yet for what I may or may not be drinking this morning. There is no alcohol in it, at least not yet. I have not yet to drop any of that in. Hey, this is a Steelers mindset. Find a way to win. Find a way to win. Score more points than the other team. There's your analytics, folks. Score more points than the other team. That's the way Mike Tomlin approaches football. And when they're playing a team with a high-end offense, we got to be opportunistic. We got to make things happen our way. We got to find a way. And God love them. I mean, the Bengals had multiple chances to win that game.
Yeah, they did.
And they never seized it. And it felt like nobody wanted to win that game. I thought we were going to have a pair of 20-20 ties to start the season between Houston and Indianapolis and Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, but ultimately Chris Boswell made a 53-yarder in overtime to win the game after each kicker missed one and a missed extra point from Evan McPherson. Right
no,
there.
that's not a miss.
Set
That's a
the
block,
game.
baby.
Well, it's a block.
Give
Give
Minka Fitzpatrick his props. Yeah, that's a block. That ain't a miss. That's a block. Yeah.
I sit corrected. Minka Fitzpatrick got it done and sent the game to overtime. This is one that, oh man, that should have been made. Evan McPherson misses it, and unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. Here's an opportunity for Chris Boswell, and it looked like it was going, and it clanged. It looked like it had that. You know how those kicks move in the air like they meant to do it. It looked like he was doing the guided missile, and then it rejected and went off the upright. But he had a chance to redeem himself, 53-yarder to win it. Look, I am the blind squirrel today that is eating an acorn. Ignore all my other selections for the day. I picked the Steelers to win the game 23-20, not in overtime, not after everything that we saw, and I thought they were going to win it handily. They tried to blow it. They were up 17-3. They tried to blow it, and they hung in there. This was just a classic, gritty, grinded-out Pittsburgh Steelers win over a better team. I mean, that's the reality. If you're a Bengals fan out there today, Jason Garrett made this point last night. Take solace in the fact that you had 7 sacks and 5 turnovers and still almost won the game. The Bengals are going to be fine. This was just one of those days where, just like the Steelers last year when they went into Buffalo, all hands on deck, found a way to win. They go into Cincinnati, all hands on deck, Myles, find a way to win.
Well, look, this is one of the things that Mike Tomlin does, right? That defense is going to be ready week 1. And part of it is that they had TJ Watt, right? And when TJ Watt comes out and he's playing like a house of fire as he is, and when Minka Fitzpatrick comes out and he's playing as a house of fire as he is, and that defense already has the cohesion from playing together, not just, last year before, also a little bit in the preseason, I think that kind of helps. And I don't necessarily agree with playing dudes in the preseason that you will need over the course of an 18-week season. But then when you see what happened yesterday with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the way that they were able to frustrate Joe Burrow, to get into the backfield with Joe Burrow, to really disrupt the timing of so many different things, you understand why Mike Tomlin takes the approach that he does. Right. And so now, it's just what the Steelers do. It's just what I expect to see from the Pittsburgh Steelers coming out there to start the season. They don't blink, as Mike Tomlin loves to say. Right. They just don't do it. And whenever they needed a big play, they were able to get it in order to win the game. I mean, that Minka Fitzpatrick block extra point, I mean, I understand that there were snap hold issues because of the operation. Somebody gets hurt, over the course of the game. But like, that's a huge, huge, huge play. And I just think it speaks to the attitude, the culture that Mike Tomlin has established there in Pittsburgh over such a long period of time.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.